Hey YouTube, how's it going? Kevin Cleary here with a knife video. Now you may be wondering what in the world the travel mug is doing on here. This is a Tim Hortons travel mug and it works really well, but it's here standing in for something else, and that is a Grail. Okay, now a Grail is obviously a reference to the Holy Grail and people searching for it and all of that stuff. Now, that term Grail is something we use when we talk about, knife enthusiasts talk about a knife that they've been after for a long time and wanting, and just not being able to get a hold of one, either because of availability or price point or, a number of other factors. And certainly that term applies for the knife that I want to share with you. In this case, I have a knife that I've wanted for a number of years, and a couple of times I was trading for one. And in one case, I was pretty sure, someone actually sent me a message, said, "Hey, I've got this for trade. Would you be interested?" I said, "Absolutely," and they backed out afterwards. So. That was just one of the stories of me not getting this knife. Now, recently on Instagram, the maker of this knife has posted, a knife of the day. And if you click on that knife, it'll be on his website and you can go buy it. Usually they're offered at a discount, which is really nice. And really, that's one of the only reasons I can get this. So I have tried before to pick up the knife of the day and not been able to do so. It's sold out before I have an opportunity, or, he posts it at a time when I just don't have the available funds. So everything kind of came together, the stars aligned, and I was able to get this knife. And I will say it shipped extremely quickly. And so this is the pouch it comes in, and this is the knife. For those of you who know, this is a Curtis F3, and you probably recognized it. Many of you probably recognized it as soon as you saw that pocket clip. Now, this is a knife that honestly I have been, interested in for a long time, and I'm super, super stoked to be able to get one. And let me say, after fondling this and doing a little bit of testing with it, this does not disappoint. Now, I will do a full review of this in sometime in the not too distant future, but I'll just give you kind of a quick overview now and just sort of share my initial thoughts with you. One thing I will say is this knife is a little smaller than I normally get, but there are a number of reasons for this particular model. This is kind of the base model of the F3, and that's because if you start doing a bunch of stuff to them, they quickly get well out of my price range. So I was really, really happy when it was, the standard version, and that was the knife of the day. So very quickly, I'll give you the specs on this. This knife is, try and do this here in real time, 7 3/4 inches overall, 3 1/4 inch blade, and that's going to mean probably 4 1/2 inch handle. Yeah, so 4 1/2 inches in the handle. It's a little thick for its size, but that actually, for a small knife, the thicker handle is better because it really adds to the comfort in hand. The weight on this is, hold on. Oh, I didn't let it zero first. Let's try this again. There we go. Nope, now it's in grams. You would think a seasoned reviewer like myself would have that set up and ready to go. In fact, I did, but it shut off in the meantime. So weight on this is 5.9 ounces, which is a little hefty for its size, but as you guys know, anything under 6 ounces I consider pretty comfortable to carry. And especially when you look at the construction of this, it makes total sense. Now, let me say, this is the first time that I've ever had a fully handmade, handmade custom. This knife is all done in Dave Curtis's shop, and there is a difference that seems to make. The detent is just dialed in. The centering, of course, is perfect. Everything is just well put together, and you would expect that because the maker is actually hands-on with each one of these. The styling is really cool. This, of course, is just the standard, stonewash finish and stonewash titanium, but the styling with the crosshairs in a number of places there, repeated through the knife, It does look really good. The show side that's just simple and elegant is really, really well done. And of course, the blade is one of the things I really, really like. Possibly one of my favorite things about this. The blade here is hollow ground. It's a Spanto grind, and it's Dave's own particular kind of take on the Spanto grind, and I really, really like it. I do like hinderers, no question, but the hollow grind on this and the edge geometry on this is really superior to any hinderer. Okay, unless maybe you get one of those Will Moon regrinds. Flipping action is phenomenal. You know, it's really, really just perfectly done. I will point this out. I love how they've accounted for however you want to flip it. So if you're going to push button, it has a flattened portion here with jimping on it so that it push buttons comfortably. If you're a light switch guy, it has this nice little cutout here to mold to your finger and allow for the light switch. I'm not sure why companies seem to consistently get get flippers wrong. It's not that difficult to figure out how someone's going to do it. So it would be nice to see more people get that right. Very, very comfortable in hand. The ergonomics are excellent. The jimping is really, really good. S35VN blade steel. Let's see, what else should I tell you about this? Oh, D2 lock bar insert, which I think is a really nice touch. That very large decorative pivot. And of course, that single position pocket clip. And you know, that clip is, I like from a design standpoint, I really like it. So I haven't had really enough experience going with this in and out of pocket to speak too much to anything further. One last point, and that is the relief cut there, I think is really well done. And then you do have a titanium backspacer here that is also jimped so that, hold on, let me open the knife. So that if you're holding this in a reverse grip, you get a really, really good purchase. And the jimping on this is very, very positive. It just really locks you in. So overall, very, very impressed. I will get into more detail, of course, on this knife in the full review and discussion, and I'll have some comparisons and things like that. But for now, just let me say I am super excited to have this. This is a knife that has been on my list of knives for, as I say, a number of years, and I just haven't been able to ever get one. So I'm pretty stoked to have this. It's also my first ever custom knife. I had one other custom knife, and if you've ever watched my video about knife laws in Canada, you know what happened to that one. So this is pretty exciting stuff. That's all I've got for you. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will talk to you soon.